It's whew, it's cold right now, and I have been on YouTube over 10 years now. It's changed so much since the beginning. When we all got together and tried to tell people how we were going through things and our different experiences in life, and all the flack we got and all the hate we got and all that stuff. Um, oh, I'm so cold right now. Oh, it's freezing in here. Oh, oh, these are cold. So what I really want to say is that in this world, this time that we're in, oh, it's freezing cold. Just see how it looks outside. Oh, it's even colder outside. Super cold. See how cold it is. Look at the sky. Mega cold. Get my ass back in here and do this. Still not warm. This is the man cave slash garage slash studio. As you see, it's in complete disarray. I've been building slot machines. And, of course, I'm smoking the good herbs, which is now legal in California. You gotta make sure your shit is right, or no matter if it's legal or not, it's still not federally legal. Oh, who's got to be a pair of sweats in here or something? Damn, reasons. Got at least, I don't know, 35, 40 degrees outside. Okay, let's say 40 degrees. Ooh, I got a sweatshirt on, no shirt underneath it. Then anybody ever tell you when you put a cold jacket on, it fucking drops your body temperature down a little bit? Okay. I have a pair of sweats on, but that's it. Okay. Now, we are in a world of lies, drama, confusion, distraction. We live in not one world, but probably three worlds. There's us, there's them, there's the elite, and of course there's the unknown. There's four different worlds we live in. We are actually in four different worlds right now. Four different dimensions. Oh, it's so cold in here. Whew. Maybe it's because I haven't had that much sleep. Been kind of stressing out lately. But this is California, and this is America, and everyone is stressing out. And I want to tell people, I want to reiterate what I said before in the past. The impression of Barack Obama was, okay, the president is black, and he's going to do for all these black people, and black people are going to be able to do anything to white people, and no consequences, and all this stuff that I heard when Barack was going to be the president, of all these people and all this fear. They were so scared that Barack was going to free black people. I said free people. I just said free black people. They thought Barack Obama was going to make things fair and even for the minorities in this country. And a lot of minorities actually thought that. The President of the United States has to take care of the constituents first. See, I'm not trying to smile too much because my damn tooth broke. So they're trying to take care of their constituents first. And, apparently the LBGT community, lesbian, gay, and transgendered community, and the banks and some lobbyists or whatever, they're the ones that put the money up for Obama. For the last 8 years, they bailed out the banks, rights for, the LGBT community have, they got the right to marry now and whatever. I think humans are humans. You all know my stance on homosexuality. A gay man who wants to be a widow with a man. A gay man who wants to be a woman. I'm going to say it right. Should be with a woman who wants to be a man. I'm just thinking the parts work that way. And I was watching something a couple of weeks ago where some transsexual woman met somebody and fell in love with him and found out it was a transsexual man. It was weird. Both same thing like I've just been saying. But the parts work, but I think they switched them up already. I don't know. That's one thing. They got good and bad in the Bible, which is changed. Everything that was bad while I was growing up is somehow okay and good. They got the crazy WikiLeaks shit going on, where the guy's talking about aliens and crazy crap and Planet X, but everybody wants to talk about Donald Trump and racism and all that. Now, when it comes to America, most Americans think they're smart. Most Americans would love to believe that they're totally informed about everything that's going on around the world. Most Americans believe everything they're fucking told. And most Americans believe that their country would not do anything wrong. And I'm going to tell you from a perspective that a lot of people don't have. I don't give a fuck if my country does something wrong to somebody else. I don't care if my country does something wrong. If I was in charge, I wouldn't do anything wrong. But I am not in charge. Do you understand? That's the part. That's the most I can do. That's the best I can do. I can condone whenever we do something wrong. I can feel bad about whenever we do something wrong. I don't have the power to change it. And if I did have the power to change it, would I change it? What would I do if I was in charge of the world? I'd already told people what I would do if I was in charge of the world. But let me take it to the next level. Everybody would have something in the world that I was in charge of. They'd have heat in every room when they wanted it. See, somebody once told me, I was making some food. I did a video about the food, and she said, don't waste it or savor it. Or I forgot what she said. I need to go back and look at that. But what she said, it resonated in my head, and it's still there for the most part. But I just can't just recall it out. I'm old now, shit. The world we live in is twisted. What was bad is now good, or what was unacceptable is now acceptable. And us fogies, us old people, us people over 35 are the last link to all the bullshit and crap that happened back in the day. When I am 55, the knowledge that I have in my head will be far more obsolete. You know, we say if we don't study history, history will repeat itself. Like I said about the one guy in his constituency and the next guy in his constituency. There are parallels in that part of this here story. I know I got sidetracked and jumped back and forth. So when I go back to how things are twisted, they're twisted. They have become twisted. They have been getting twisted since, pretty much the Nazis took over here in America after, they fled, Germany. They went to America and Antarctica, apparently. But that's not the case. What I really want to get to is that there's so many things going on and so many people on this world and so many distractions going on and so much divisiveness. And people say that the original control, the original dividing, factor at the time was religion. And what is religion? A belief system based on ancient writings, or people find these writings and they read them and base the religion around them. It might not be about doing what the Bible says do, but to read the Bible for the historical. It's a history book. It's not it's not a. The Bible is a history book. It's also supposed to be some kind of manual of how you're supposed to live your life. Just take it not as a manual, but as a history book. You use the Bible as a history book, and people tell you history repeats itself. There's some things in the Bible, talk about slavery, talk about this, they talk about that, they talk about supernatural, they talk about everything that we go through in this world. Because it happened then. It's the same shit. They're telling us in the Bible from this point of my perspective what happened during the time. In story mode, that was the most popular shit going on, so that's what they told. They told about those chapters in life. How will these chapters be told? How will what we're going through right now be twisted in 1,000 years if we're still even here because of the people that run this world? At one point in history, we were one people. You know what I'm saying? Someone, or somebody, or some influence broke that up. Then somebody installed a monetary system. Then somebody decided to divide the land up. And then, and so on, and so forth. Then the lies. Then the deceit. America started out based on some good ideas. Greed has kicked in. And I was telling a friend of mine, the infrastructure of America was built after the war. How the hell do you build something? Don't teach everybody how to take care of it. Won't allow people to work in certain aspects of it. Of course, it's going to crash. It's not all inclusive. Or maybe it could be all inclusive. Then, if it can be all inclusive, if America can be all inclusive, why isn't it all inclusive? Why isn't every country, every continent all inclusive? Because of that divide and conquer. The Moors ran a whole bunch of this world. You'll see no history of them because they're brown. I shit you not. That's why it was called the Dark Ages, because dark people were in control of the world. So these little small code words and this bullshit and that bullshit, whose idea was it? Which group of people throughout history decided it would be in everybody's best interest to destroy everybody's history. The truth is in our world history. You won't find any truth, not one shred of truth, in colonialism. Because when these people got their turn, they erased everything that the last people did. Maybe the people before them erased what the last people did. But when you get back to religion, it was shameful, but the Protestants, I think, and the Catholics, Protestants, and what's that other religion that Mike Pence is? And vice president right now? They did not want the regular people to know how to read. The only person who could know how to read is the priest. People at the church. What is the purpose of having your people stupid, but you can be smart? Divide. You're not worthy of the knowledge that's in this book. Who has the right to tell that to a group of people? It happened. Now, when it goes to Islam, their number one thing is education. They want everybody to be educated. But this new Islam, the Western Islam, they just want to kill people. The what they call it? What they call that shit? Radical Islamic terrorism. That's Western terrorism. Look it up. Look up all of this shit I'm telling you. It's because it hurt me so much to learn from someplace other than school. Higher education comes to those who can afford it. So without higher education, you're stupid. You're dumb. And now, I've seen on the news today, they want to stop all threats to America, especially on the internet. And I pointed something out to my significant other, that all threats is, wow, that sucked what we did over there. Oh, we should not have done that. Or maybe we should go. That is freedom of speech, which will become a threat to the government. Wasn't our government based on freedom of speech? Didn't the Irish run from England to breakneck to get to here to America? Because they were running from that tyranny over there? And what's the first fucking thing they did when they got here? They attacked another group of people. You look at the situation here in this country. An old man told me when I was like, I say I had to be about 13 years old, that America gives a lot of promises. And when America gives a group of people promises, they bring another group of people in here. When the black people marched for freedom, the Mexicans got freedom. That's what he said. Black people have been underfoot since they were so-called set free. But I already pointed out a couple of my videos back then that black people were never set free. It's those white people that they gave promises were enslaved. Look it up. It's there. The poor white people who were indentured servants here in America, they was having it rough. And then they bonded with the blacks, and they was about to free everybody up in here. Them poor blacks and them poor whites, them enslaved whites and enslaved blacks, they was tearing shit up. And you know what happened? Promise, we will treat you the same as an Englishman. What were they called? They weren't called white people before that. They were called white people after that. Label. You got niggers and slaves. And now you have white people. They didn't call themselves white people. They called you white people. That's why they got these things. Oh, poor white trash. They don't like you. They never did like you. They don't even like you over in Russia. This hate is everywhere. I never grew up hating nobody, but I've seen a lot of people hate me. None of them ever had a good reason to. A friend of mine just told me this recently. You're lucky nobody smacks you in the fucking mouth. Because I just got to him. Because I told him the truth. I said, Donald Trump, I don't give a shit about you. He don't care about you. You're not the same as him. You talking all this yap, mad at the Hispanic guy over there. Oh, Mexicans are taking the jobs. White people are hiring Mexicans. Now, when black people were set free and there was segregation, black people had shops. They had their own stores. They had their own cab companies. They had their own basketball teams. They had their own baseball teams. What they got now? You got Kanye West. Oprah. And the rich elite blacks that don't give a shit about the poor blacks. You got the blacks born in money. Big money. Old money. Old money like long money. Old money like old white money. Never see these black people ever. I saw on one of these, was it Dateline or some shit? The rich black kids going to school with the rich white kids, and the rich white kids not understanding why these fucking black people are not fucking ghetto. We live in that kind of world. We live in a world where white folks and black folks have been put at each other, odds, forever. Divide, conquer. The Roman Empire was a mixed race of people. Wasn't a bunch of guys walking around like Brad Pitt. It was more like Spartacus with more Obama types in there. A lot of Creoles up in there. You look at the lies. And I was watching some stuff the other day, and it was about Iraq. These two guys drive up in a car. There's an old, beater junker car, no wheels on it, off to the side. They put a bomb in the car. The car explodes. About 40, 50 people run out and lay down in the street. Then a little Datsun with two little lights on it like an ambulance pull up. And all them 40 people got in there like a damn circus clown bus. It was ridiculous. Then they showed the news clip. You see all the people all looking all hurt. I just saw the original clip. They all ran and laid in the middle of the street. I mean, the deception is ridiculously overboard. The people who run this world have divided us to the point and saturated the facts so bad that people don't even give a fuck no more. You could tell these people the truth and they'll be like, yeah, okay. Now let's move forward. You guys run the world. Can we put the other guy in charge? We'll let you run it for 5 years. Let him run it for 5 years. We'll rotate between you three people and just let you rule the world. Nobody would really care. As long as you can go to work or have food for your family that won't make them sick. Where your kids won't disappear and end up on pedophile island and shit with some rich people. Trying to clone your 3-year-old daughter so she can have sex with herself by the time she's 12. Crazy shit. What are we supposed to believe in this world? Who are we supposed to believe? What are we supposed to believe in? So Ronald Reagan once said, if a threat outside this world came in, we would all band together. No, we won't. I can see an alien ship drop down right now, and one guy gonna cut a deal, and the next guy gonna cut a deal, and they're gonna try to put these people over here, and you could stay here where these people are. Don't worry about it. We got room for you. All about having something that the next guy don't have. Well, I got an alien live next door to me. You guys don't have it that good, do y'all? Yeah, we do. We have all the shitty poor aliens that live down here with us. That was not a racial joke. I can see how people take it that way. But it's just bad. And it's bad everywhere. And it's bad for nonsensical reasons and no reason at all. I mean, if I was in control of the world and I control everything, every aspect of it, I would at least want the people happy. So remember the movie Monsters, Inc.? How they tried to suck the energy out of fear? Maybe we live with a bunch of monsters sucking the fear energy out of us. Maybe the energy of fear is sweeter than the energy of happiness. The energy of happiness is radiating and warm and everything. The energy of fear is like, intense, 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 ooh, adrenaline rush, adrenaline, intense. But we don't need that. Americans, Australians, people, Africa to Russia, the regular people don't give a shit about the games that the people at the top are playing. We're tired of dying, though. We don't care. We just don't want to fucking die. And they want to live forever. Who the fuck's going to keep plugging that machine in? Who's going to dust those, solar panels off to keep you alive when you all go into the cyberverse? It's pitiful that we just can't love each other, give each other the same basic human respect that we all deserve. When there's a flood in fucking Haiti, we all rush to Haiti to fix Haiti. When there's a famine in Ireland, we all round up a bunch of food and take it to Ireland. We take them a bunch of seeds and start growing. When the cattle is sick here in California, we'll get the cattle from Australia. When there's a flood in one part of the world, we'll suck that water up and take it to where there is no water, where there's drought. Instead of charging for every single thing that was placed here, we need to make things, create things, shelters, food reproduction machines or whatnot. We need to make healthy food without the genetically GMO, genetically modified organisms. Who does that? Who sprays shit in the clouds that kills the fucking trees? Who does that? That's not somebody that's human. That's somebody with another place to go. That's somebody who's not going to be here when the shit hits the fan. But that's somebody who's going to return after the fan is cleaned off. So if something major does go down and drastic does go down and all the elite people go crawl in their holes underground and go into their cave side bunkers, what if we survive? What if we survive and we don't forget? What if we survive and we make that world where everybody can just love who the fuck they want to love, eat what the fuck they want to eat, in a world that's giving and kind instead of cold, barren? They said the United States military is getting ready for a zombie apocalypse. How do you get ready? For the living dead. There was a virus in the 1600s, and in England, I believe. And they said the dead people was coming back to life. They said they found some old viruses unthawing around the rim. What are they getting ready for? What is a culling? Why do you want to cull, thin the herd? What do you thin the herd out for? We are a powerful species. We are connected. Go back to another movie called Avatar. That's us. That is Earth. And we're the blue creatures. And the tree of life has been cut down. And our connection to the world is thought to be disconnected. We might not be connected to the ground anymore, but we're still connected to the sky. We're still connected to each other. Our pineal glands are kicking off. Our hearts are pumping the frequencies out of our bodies. Our brains are shooting out frequencies. We're still connected to something. Maybe they turned it off. Maybe they led us to believe they've turned us off. But whenever somebody dies around the world, large groups of people, I feel that shit like in Star Wars. There's been a great disruption in our wavelength. Our brains are not tuned up correctly. We allow ourselves to be manipulated by things in which we really don't need. Things that we could have with our imaginations if we just link back up. If we boot ourselves back into the super information highway. They say the rich people sell us alcohol, Alizé, Grey Goose, Foster's, and all kind of stuff like that. Because when I was on that cruise, yes, I did drink me some Foster's. Sure did. I had a big old bucket full of Foster's. Where's the bucket at? I'll show you the bucket. Tailbone is working up my back. My neck and my back. Okay. There's a bucket down here. Here's the bucket I had on my cruise. And this was filled full of beers. Now it's filled full of wires. See? Don't stop the party. So people, I said it before the election. And I'll say it again. Oops, just dropped a bunch of weed somewhere. I told people before the election, I want you to get up every morning and I want you to think real hard about all the evil, negative stuff in the world. Focus on it, your whole mind, and wish it away. Because we can't beat these people who are destroying us. Because they're together. They're together in all their plots and all their plans. They're together in everything that they've done to destroy this world. And the only way we can take our world back is to wish them away. We can do this stuff and do that stuff, and it'll never happen. We can go to war a million times, it'll never happen. Because they got the technology. Because they turned us off. We have to just believe again. Believe hard enough. Every day. Focus on all that bad shit that's going on. Even the people you hate, you focus on all the negativity and you wish it away. Wish the creators of the negativity away. If you don't believe in the power of you, then you don't have no power. If you have no power, then what are you doing wasting your time? wasting your energy. Me, I'm the ultimate hypocrite. When I was born, I knew I was special. I knew I was special. You feel, you know when you have a destiny or something to do. You know when you have a purpose. And look back at life, and things change. Things change. I remember when things changed. That's one thing about my life. I remember every change. Every change. Every spot where life itself altered, where I went into a different direction. I fight the devil every day. Every day I fight the devil. Is he bad? Is he good? They say Hitler fought against evil. Hitler lost. That's what they say. Hitler gonna go down as one of the worst people in American history. World history. But they say he was fighting evil. And he lost. What was the evil he was fighting? Not a race of people. Not a group of people. The word Holocaust, somebody told me, meant sacrifice. If somebody murders a whole bunch of people, how the fuck could it be a sacrifice? There's no sacrifice unless you sacrifice yourself. You can't sacrifice somebody else and conjure anybody up. You can't conjure somebody up by sacrificing somebody unless you sacrifice yourself. How many times have you seen it in these movies, in these plots, in these games? In order to go to the other world, you must die. Guy falls on his knife. He goes to the other world and deals with this bullshit. You got to sacrifice your fucking self to get something. When you sacrifice somebody else, you prolong your own agony. In other words, when the devil buys your soul, the first thing you do is try to give him somebody else's soul to free your own. Come on, people. We need to wish this shit away. Wish it all away. Wish rent away. Wish insurance away. Gas away. Electricity, lights, wish all of the drama and stress away. Wish the distractions away. Wish the evilness out. You got to push it out of the inside of you. You can't yell at your neighbor who's fucking up. You got to wish it away. Wish the evil off your neighbor. Wish your neighbor to have good things. You wish your neighbor had $1 million. Wish your neighbor had $1 billion. Wish your neighbor never needed nothing. Don't wish evil on some damn Mexicans are taking the jobs from everybody. Well, let me tell you something about a motherfucking Mexican person. Ain't no different than your ass. Ain't no different than my ass. It's a human being of a different goddamn shade with the same goddamn problems and drama everybody else got. Poor just like you and me. The richest Mexicans don't give a fuck about the poorest ones. We already know the goddamn deal. You ever been there? If you ain't been there, don't talk on it. Shut up. So, let me get back to something I saw on TV the other day. When, in 1968, a young Australian man stood on the podium with two niggas. Ruined his whole life standing up for equality. Now, how can somebody who's supposed to be one of them lose everything for wanting things to be equal? He wasn't one of them. You, who gives a fuck about your neighbor, you're probably not one of them. You, who gives a damn about somebody down and out, you're probably not one of them. We got to wish that out. We have to make them us. Wish that they were us. We don't never want to be them. We want them to be real people again. We want them to be regular people. Or we want them to go home. Wish them away. Wish them home. Wish them back to whence they came. And free us all. Because we need to love each other. Our world is the only world we got. We are the center of the universe. And if somebody says it's not the truth, then hey, then kiss my ass. This is the center of my universe. This is the center of our universe. When we look up at the sky, we don't see white lines. We see little dots. Those dots are in the same place. They don't spin around. They're right there. They're up in the sky. Those little dots show that we're in the center. Look at your clock and put your clock face down. So you put your clock face down. Look at a clock from above. Push the galaxy above that clock. And you see that clock? That's the Earth. And it's moving. A circle. Not spinning 99,000 billion miles. It's moving a circle. Like a turntable. Like a record. Use a clock, as a reference. That's what the Earth is. We're the center of the galaxy. And everything spins around us in a big vortex of love. And all the lights from the stars has created all of us. We are star children. We're connected to the skies. We're not ground bound. This ain't us. Whatever kind of world that they've created, it took them about, 7,000 years to do this shit. Because there's no humanity left in us. We're not humans no more. We don't give a damn about the next guy who needs a meal. We don't give a shit about that lady over there who can't feed her 3 goddamn kids. We don't give a damn about the man that can't keep his job because somebody don't like the color of his skin. We don't give a damn about those people. There's no fucking humanity no more. So we got to wish that shit out. We have to get our collective soul back. Because if my string is up there and it's just flapping around in the air, it's not connecting. Because I've been separated. We all push to reconnect at the same time. They can't stop it. You got 1 or 2 people, I found enlightenment. But there's another 200 million need enlightenment too. We need 500 million enlightened people or something. Or we won't have a chance. I mean, this is stupid. There's too many people dying, man. Little kids dying. We sucking all the gas out of the planet. All the oil for what? The sun produces all this shit. Tesla knew what was going on. We can't sit here and let these people take our planet from us. Especially if they plan on leaving. You can look at all this shit. They want to break the glass ceiling and get the fuck up out of here. Like they did on Mars, apparently, and all that crazy, yappy stuff. If there's any truth to any of the stuff that we hear on the internet or these old fables, look up the story of Yakub, people. Yakub. See, certain stories they want you to hear because those stories keep us divided. They keep us crushed. But if we knew the entire truth, all the truth, nobody would even give a fuck. They just keep on going about their business. And those people who controlled us would not be anymore. We wouldn't even pay attention to them. Wouldn't care. But if you think you owe somebody something because they gave you some structure, or you think because somebody put some lines on the goddamn ground and told these one people, you're from this country, told the other people they from that one, you gotta be real fucking dumb. We're from Earth. Or whatever the fuck this place is called, Ping Wing or whatever the fuck. That's where we're from. We're from the dirt. We should be. This is probably why my knees are fucking hurting right here. See the cement? It's not man-made. There's no connection to the ground that way. Divide. Divide and conquer. They have now conquered our planet. because the people are divided. But we're not done yet. They haven't broke the glass ceiling yet. That day will be the last day. But apparently the ceiling was broken before. The floodwaters came down. Well, we knew who did that. They can't do that. They can't repair it once they break it. Once they break it, it's done. We're done. She repaired it when she broke it. She made it. And all those little lights that shine down on us tonight, she did that. He didn't do it. She did. He's killing us. She gave us birth. Who you gonna believe? Some old crazy nigga from California talking shit about Mexicans and white people like he knows something. I tell you what, that big outside force come from space. And they say, hey, give us some free workers. We'll give you some technology. You think they're going to be giving us job applications to get on the little boat? Space boat. They're going to round up all these poorest motherfuckers they can and sell them to the highest bidder. Because they don't give a fuck about you. So you shouldn't give a fuck about them. And it should not hurt your feelings at all, one iota, to wish them away. This has been 40 minutes. The Real AIX. Special shouts out. South Africa. East Germany. Double shout out to Australia. Slide back down to the Ivory Coast. And give my love to the people on the equator. And yes, you've been tubed.